Before we start the clock for my opening statement, I just want to say this. So sad that our chair, Rodgers, is announcing her retirement and will be leaving along with me at the end of this Congress. And I would like to recognize her if she'd like to make a statement.
Thank you, everyone. Boy, I'm just so grateful. My heart's just full with gratitude. That's the overwhelming thought right now. And to all of you, to my colleagues, to the staff, being the chairman of the House Energy and Commerce Committee really is the ultimate in Congress. And I've been here a while, and I've served in a lot of other roles. And serving with all of you this year has just been the best. We've worked on a lot of issues. And you know what? I'm going to keep this short because we have a whole nother year ahead of us, right? And we're going to finish strong, and we're going to get some more bills, legislation important to the American people onto the president's desk. So thank you, everyone, very much. This has just been wonderful to be chair for this Congress. Thank you.
Thank you for your service. We do have a whole year lined up ahead of us, and we've got a lot of work to do. So we'll go ahead and get started. I want to thank you all for being here today, and welcome to the Energy, Climate, Grid Security Subcommittee hearing titled Power Up, State Utility Regulators on Challenges to Reliable, Affordable Electricity. This hearing continues the committee's focus on affordable, reliable electricity. During this Congress, we've worked to understand what drives the growing reliability crisis in America. Already, we have heard from FERC and grid operators about the very real threats facing reliability. Today, we'll hear from state public utility commissioners, utility regulators that answer to ratepayers in their states. State commissions and utilities use integrated resource plans to look at both the cost and benefits of the entire electricity portfolio over an extended period of time. Commissions use these plans to ensure there's enough electricity and that rates are fair and affordable. However, changes to electric sector over the past 20 years have presented new challenges to this mission. Many states have introduced retail choice and rely more on regional transmission organizations, RTOs, and independent systems operators, or ISOs, capacity markets. This has made it difficult for utility commissions to exercise their responsibility for ensuring affordability and reliability to protect the ratepayers. Threats to electric grid reliability are growing due to environmental regulations, policies from state legislatures and agencies, bans on fossil fuel generation, and market distortions. These factors are contributing to premature retirement for most of our reliable and dispatchable resources. Because of the increasingly interconnected nature of the grid, policy decisions that affect grid reliability have a much wider impact than ever before. Some may say that more renewables and transmission can solve the problem of an increasingly unreliable grid. However, this plan increases cost and complexity and may even intensify certain risk in states reliant on borrowing power from others. The full system cost of renewables are higher because of the need for extensive backup power and redundant transmission lines. Systems must be overbuilt to ensure there is power when the sun is down and when the wind isn't blowing. Building more transmission also raises utility costs for American ratepayers, even if those ratepayers may not directly benefit from the added transmission. Despite this, several states and regions carry on with their ideological objectives under a seemingly false sense of security that their neighbors can continue to save them. Look at states like California and regions like New England, which have some of the most ambitious environmental goals, but they rely upon electricity imports from their neighbors as part of their planning. Over the last 2 years, the California ISO imported about 15% of its total supply. New England imported about 15% of all of its electricity last year. Where the retail electricity rates the highest? Where are the retail electricity rates the highest? California and New England. Even with all the warnings, the Biden administration continues its Rush to Green agenda with regulations like the EPA's Clean Power Plan 2.0, which threatens to regulate reliable generation out of existence. American ratepayers pay for the fallout from these retirements, and the state utility commissions must justify the cost. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation monitors grid reliability and develops standards. They continue to warn us that over 2/3 of the country is running into a shortage of generation capacity, which will have dire consequences on grid reliability. when an electric generator plans to retire, and a study shows that the retirement would violate NERC reliability criteria, many states choose to ignore this guidance in favor of their radical environmental policies that increase the likelihood for blackouts. For decades, people know that when the lights went out, the state commissions and utilities were responsible. Because of the changes in the electricity landscape, it's now unclear who is responsible. However, it is clear who is blamed. The state utility commissions are blamed. We must listen to the state utility experts about the reliability challenges they're facing. Congress must learn to do and must learn what it must do to prevent further retirement of reliable resources and to keep electricity affordable. Today, we'll continue this process, and I welcome the witnesses. I'll now recognize Ranking Member Diana DeGette for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.